Hey guys, it's Eric from Quality Electric here in Somersworth, New Hampshire. You probably can't tell from all this sun, but it is November here in New Hampshire. The leaves are changing, the weather's changing, snow's gonna be flying before you know it. So I just wanted to give everybody a little refresher on how to use your portable generator interlock system. All right, so today we're going to be talking about a Generac GP8000. I'm going to try and keep it a little universal because I know everybody has different types of generators. This is just what this customer has. So the first thing you want to do is go to wherever you have it stored, whether that's the shed or in the garage, and you want to wheel it out. You don't want to do anything in the garage. You don't really even want to fill it with fuel or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and get it right out. So the next thing I want to go over is just a couple of safety precautions, things to keep in mind, and this is universal across all types of generators. You need to make sure that you're running them outside in the free air. You can never run them in any sort of structure, a garage, a shed. No matter what you do to pipe the exhaust out, you cannot run it inside a structure. So with that being said, the other thing you want to keep an eye on is which end the exhaust comes out of. So here on the Generac, you can see there's a little muffler over here, just like your car. You want to keep that pointed away from the house. That'll help keep some of the noise level down, so if you're running it at night, it won't wake you up or anything like that. It'll also point the toxic fumes away from the home, and it'll just help alleviate some of that risk. All right, so now we're gonna run this through a test here so you can see exactly what you're gonna have to do during a power outage to get your house back up and running. The first thing you wanna do is go and find your generator cord. We always like to provide at least a 25-foot cord. That way you can make sure you're getting the generator far enough away from the house to help with all those fumes and to help with the noise and all that good stuff. So you're gonna go over to your generator inlet. This one happens to be right by the electric meter. And if you open up the cover, you'll see the inlet and the prongs right inside there. If you look on your cord, you'll see the matching set of prongs right on there. And if you see one of them has a little bend in it, that's the one you're gonna use to align the whole thing. So you take that cord, you look at where the bend is, and you get it plugged in. And once it's plugged in, there's a little twist that you have to do to make sure it's locked in. It's not even a quarter of a turn, just a small little twist. And to make sure you have it plugged in, just give it a little tug. If it doesn't come out, then you've got it locked in. The next thing we're gonna do is make sure we unroll it and bring it over to the generator. This is the male end of the cord. It looks just like the other end. And on the generator, you'll see the 30 amp twist lock. You're gonna do the same thing. Find that bent prong right there, plug it in, give it a little twist, and it's locked in and you can't pull it out. Now we're ready to start it up. So we've got the generator far enough away from the house. We've got the exhaust pointed away. We've got both ends of the cord plugged in. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started up. We've got the run switch in the run position right there. We're gonna come right over here. The fuel is on. We're gonna turn the choke on and we're gonna go ahead and give it a pull. All right, so now we've got the generator running outside, everything plugged in. We've got our outside circuit breaker turned on, so now we just need to transfer the power over. Every one of these setups may look a little bit different. This one's been installed for quite some time, but they all still pretty much look the same. So this bracket right here is called the generator interlock. Some of them attach to the outside and they might be a little different color, but they all look the same. They cover the main breaker and they cover your generator breaker. So the first thing we want to do is turn off all the large loads that we don't want to run off our generator so that we don't overload it. Things like the electric range, the electric dryer. In this case we have a well. We're going to turn off the well for now, but we can turn it back on after. So now that we've got everything turned off, you'll notice right now I can't turn the generator breaker on because this little bracket's in the way. And I can't slide the little bracket out of the way because it hits the main breaker. So the only way to get that out of the way is to turn the main breaker off. That's how these prevent you from ever having both breakers on at the same time. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn the main breaker off and the generator breaker on, and we'll be running on generator power. So right now we've got our main breaker off. I turn the generator breaker on and our generator outside is running everything in here. So the important thing to remember is that it's up to you not to overload your generator. You don't want to go around and turn every light in the house on and run the microwave and try and take a shower all at the same time. Also, if your power's been out for quite some time, you don't want to turn everything back on at once because your refrigerators, your freezer, your furnace, everything will be calling to come on at the same time. So if you're having issues with breakers tripping or the generator bogging down, turn all your circuits off and just turn them on one at a time until you find the sweet spot of what you can run and what you can't run. When your power comes back on, the operation is the same but in reverse. The downfall to a setup like this is that it can be difficult to tell when the power comes back on. There's a couple ways you can do that. One is you can just watch your neighbors and see when their power comes back on. Some utility companies will send you an email or a text message when the power comes on. Or if you have a digital meter outside where your utility company reads your meter, if there's numbers on that, then it means you have power. That's another simple way to check. There's also some monitoring equipment that we can install on it that will have indicator lights when the power comes back on. But now we're going to go ahead and just do the reverse operation. I can't turn the main breaker on because the bracket's in the way, and I can't slide the bracket out of the way because the generator breaker's on. So we're going to turn the generator breaker off, slide the bracket down, this bracket moves out of the way, and we turn our main breaker back on. Now we're back running on utility power. Something to remember is once you're back on utility power, make sure you turn on any circuits that you had turned off while you were on generator. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the dryer and the electric stove back on, and we should be good to go. So the power's back on, we've got our generator turned off. All we got to do now is pack it up and put it away. The other thing I just want to point out is to make sure that you're following all the specific instructions for your generator to make sure that you're operating it safely. If you want to learn more about portable or automatic generators, you can head over to our YouTube channel. We've got a bunch of other videos. Hope you guys found this video useful. Just give us a follow to see more videos like this.